Yo, so ChatGPT Canvas is out. I'm sure you've heard about it by now, but if you haven't, let's jump into it and see how it works. So according to my understanding, it's going to be a little bit like I think Claude's artifacts if you've done stuff with it. But let's just say, write me a short blog on top programming languages. And I'm just going to hit enter over here. And let's take a look at what it does. Damn, that was cool. So it just opened up like this doc on the right-hand side. And it just started going at it. And now I'm inside of this doc. Can I write? Very cool. I can actually write in here. It's a great experience. I can copy this stuff and I can kind of do whatever I want. I can suggest edits, adjust the length, reading level, add a final polish. So that's a great experience. And if I actually hit X, I can close out of it and it's right there for me. So Canvas is a brand new way of how you actually work with ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT kind of stole this from Claude. Claude had artifacts and they opened up their docs on the right-hand side, which is kind of cool. Let's now do an example where I can write code. So I'm just going to tell it, hey, make me an uploader with Firebase in Next.js. And so let's just hit enter and let's see what it does. First, and also it's really, really fast. I mean, this almost feels like it's faster than 4.0. Maybe they've done something with Canvas. And so I can see my code right here. I can make changes to it. I mean, I like this experience a lot. That I actually don't even think Claude has, where I can actually edit this on the right-hand side. I kind of have to like do it in a different way. Let's see, what's code review? So I'm going to press code review. And now it's actually running a code review on this thing. And it's going, consider adding file validation to ensure only allowed file types are uploaded. That's actually great. That was very cool. Add user feedback when no file is selected to inform the user that they need to choose a file before uploading. That's great. Consider adding more friendly error handling. Okay. Now port to a language. Let's turn this into Python and let's hit enter. Let's see what happens now. So now it's turning it into Python. Very cool. That was awesome. That was really fast. Add logs. Okay, interesting. What does that do? Let's see. Okay. So that's really smart. Like it's very common. So I used to have this thing, which I would do in Cursor all the time, where I would just open up my cursor and I would just say, I would select everything. I would go Command K and I would just say, add console log at all key moments. And it looks like you could just do that here in one go. So add logs, I actually really like. Now what's add comments? Oh, okay. Makes sense what it's going to do. It's going to add comments to the code. Step 3, upload. Okay. Step 2, set up a Flash server for uploading files. Step 3, upload file to Firebase. And then return the code. Okay, great. So I think this was fantastic. Let's take a look at what it did with the doc where I told it to write an article. So let's actually open this up. And let's see what it says. So I can suggest, let's see what edits it's going to suggest. So it actually has suggestions with what should be there. And if I hit open on it, it tells me what the suggestion, and it actually says, consider adding a brief example of a beginner-friendly Python project to illustrate why it's popular. So I'm going to hit apply. Amazing. So it actually just fixed that. Okay, great. And now I'm going to hit this. Let's see. We got some other things. So I'm going to say reading level. And we're going to go to, we want like somewhere between middle school and kindergarten. So like everybody could kind of understand it. So let's actually go like this. That is so cool that you could actually so easily do that. Wait, it didn't change the whole thing, did it? It changed very little. Let's actually do that. So yeah, I had to select everything. Okay. Python is one of the most popular languages for both beginners and experts. Can I hit Command Z? Can I hit undo? So what did it say before? Remains one of the most popular choices for beginners and pros alike. But when I go in this, is one of the most popular choices for both beginners and experts. I like this better. So I think when you're writing, honestly, unless you're writing for freaking, for college or something like that, you're writing for normal people, like especially if you're writing yeah, I think you should stay between, I would recommend staying between this reading level, like between kindergarten and middle school, because then everybody can understand what you're saying. You can start with a simple project like making a to-do list app. Python is easy to learn and can be used for building websites, analyzing data, and automating tasks. Companies like Google, Instagram, and Netflix use Python. This is actually very similar to the script that I have done on my own YouTube. So if I take you to my YouTube channel, it's like, why should you learn Python? No Diddy. And if I go up here, let's go clever programmer and see if something comes up. And yeah, so like all these videos where I talk about Python, like even this one, I'm actually talking about very similar concepts in here. So this is very interesting how this works. And then I will actually see what other things I can do. Because this is actually pretty cool. Let's add emojis. Why not? Let's try it. See what it does. Okay. It's a little bit too heavy on the emojis, if I'm being honest. I wish that it was a little light on the emojis, but not bad. And let's try making the reading level like really high. So let's actually make it to PhD level. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to say graduate school. Let's hit it. Embark on this journey. Widely adopted. It is renowned for simplicity, readability, spans numerous domains, web development, automation. Basically saying the same thing, but it's just trying to make it sound like more advanced. And adjust the length. So let me try length. So what if I wanted to make it as short as possible? So maybe I'm imagining it just turns into short bullet points. It's actually not shortening it up that much. Actually, it is actually quite a bit shorter. So like this is really cool because now I can use this and I can make a Instagram reel off of this, right? This is like Instagram reel length. So this is Instagram reel length. And then I can go here to YouTube length. And this is like a YouTube video would be this long, right? So I'll make it long, the longest. And now you have a lot of stuff to talk about. And this you can actually shoot as a YouTube video or write an essay or an article or something like that. So that would be great for blogging, SEO purposes and all of that. And then let's see what this final polish actually does. Ooh, there was even Ask ChatGPT I saw. So final polish just looks like it makes it maybe a little bit better, tightens it up a bit. That's really cool because like now you don't have to keep going vertically up and down for every single change, right? Because sometimes it takes up a lot of visual space. You can just keep like working on that same canvas over and over and over again. And like, it doesn't take up too much visual space either. You can just get out of it and then it's there, right? And then I have all of these files at the top, which is actually really easy. And then I can hit share, I imagine. And then whoever I share this with can get in here and use it, I imagine. So that's very cool as well. Maybe I can put the link to this at the bottom of the video and we can all play around with this. And let me see if there are other things to be done here. But no, I think we've looked at everything. You can add emojis, final polish, reading level, adjust the length, and you can suggest edits. So edits was really good. And I like the experience of fixing and just doing all of the things inside of here. Let's actually play around a little bit with data. So I want to visualize data. So imagine I'm getting somewhere between 1 to 10 sales every single day. Randomly build me a graph that shows 30 days of sales. Just pick number of sales randomly for each day. My product is $100, let's just say. Let's just say my product is $100. And let's see, so now it's going to build us a graph, and this will allow us to see what kind of data visualization that we can actually do with GPT-4o, because I'm very curious to see that. Okay, I'm going to say, build me a bar graph. I personally hate line graphs. They're so ugly. Like, look at them. This is a face only a mother would kiss. See, bar graphs, way better. Ugh. Like, what the? this is way better. Number of sales on the left-hand side, this. And does that allow me to kind of work like a canvas situation? Yeah, it does. But this I could actually do even before. So I wouldn't call this canvas, to be honest, because this I could have done before. Oof, clean. Very clean. Number of sales. Okay. Yeah, this I could have done even before. Change the graph to show only between 1 to 5 sales every day. And then I'm going to say, and also make the graph also change it so it actually shows revenue instead for each day. So let's take a look. So now it shouldn't say number of sales on the left-hand side. It should actually show revenue for each day. So there we go. Okay, I'll make it interactive. So $500 for this day, $400 this day, $500 for this day, and then these is $200 days, and then $100 days. And it makes sense. It's just randomly plotted. And then it gives smart suggestions. And again, this is something that's been there. This is something I've just used with 4.0. But this Canvas stuff that you could do with articles and writing, and you could do with code, that's a phenomenal experience. I think for coding, this is going to be insanely valuable because you can just like run code reviews right in here. If you want to write test cases, you can just write it in here. Now, does it have some kind of, okay, that was weird. I hit Command K and it kind of took me here. So I just came back here. It would have been nicer if Command K actually allowed me to like add suggestions and stuff. But yeah, I want to see if I can add suggestions, and it doesn't really look like I can add suggestions. So let's see. Port to a language, code review, but I can't add suggestions. That's kind of a bummer, honestly. Like it would have been way nicer if I can add suggestions to this code that it wrote, right? Like that would be great because I want to just select. Oh, there we go. Ask GPT. Okay, they kind of hid that thing. That's what I was looking for. I was like, why is it not here? So let's go here. And let's grab this area right here. I'm just going to say wrap it in a try catch and hit enter. Let's see what happens. Whoa, that's cool. It kind of like works like cursor. That is so cool. So you can like specifically highlight. Okay. Add in actual dummy keys and values. Leave no placeholders for now. That's the worst thing you can do as a developer. Just leave everything raw. My dummy project ID, begin private key. That's actually great. It's more helpful to honestly see this at times instead of placeholders. Because then you're like, oh, okay, this is exactly what I need to put. Okay, cool. So this is how that works. That's actually helpful for me to know because I always hate the authentication, but now I just realized you could pop this in and Firebase should authenticate you. Okay, so this is how this works. And I think this is really good for coding. This is really great experience for writing. What I'd love to do is show you guys a project that I've actually been working on with my team, which is honestly 5 times better than ChatGPT's Canvas, but that might just be me being a douchebag, but I'd love to actually show you and tell me what you think. So check it out. When we say a canvas, it looks actually like a canvas. It's a whiteboard that we have for visualization. And let's say I actually wanted to write this exact article, right? Like about these videos. I'm going to copy this YouTube link, copy it, come over here. And now I'm just going to paste this link in. So I just pasted it, okay? Now it's grabbing the video and has the video and knows about it. Now I'm going to grab this chat, which is just like a regular AI chat, right? So if I just say 2 + 2, it's going to be like, oh, here's 2 + 2, right? And it's going to yap a bunch just like any good AI will do. And now if I actually connect it here and I just go, if I like, let's open up a new chat and I'll just say get key insights. It's going to get me the insights from this particular video. And I can ask this video any questions, or I could just say, hey, using this, so I can just say, write me an email. Okay, and you can also just write things here like write me an email or whatever, right? You can actually write that there. So it actually writes there. Now I'm gonna say write it in the words in only the words that I wrote. So it's like write it in my voice. And now it's actually writing it in my voice and make it multiple pages. And there we go. So now it's going to actually make it a little bit longer. Okay. So I don't mean like 3 pages like this. I mean like actually here, let me actually make a new one. I'm going to say write email. So it doesn't have anything from the past. And there we go, right? It's much more like big names like Google, Dropbox, Instagram, top universities are teaching it. And so that's just an example of like what would happen if I dropped in a YouTube video. I could drop in coding. And if you actually have bigger boards, you can feed it a lot more knowledge. Like here, I have actually given it a lot more stuff. So like I've actually given it how to onboard a customer onboarding specialist. So like I've taught it how to do that. And so anybody that's on our team that is supposed to be customer support, they don't actually have to go through all this information. Some of it is in voice notes, some of it is in images, some of them is in text, some of them is photos, right? However you have the information, you can just throw it in here. However you feel comfortable. You want to record new information, you can just go hello, 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 right? When I stop this recording, you can see this recording right here. And you can also connect that recording to the AI chat. So you can kind of get the information however you want. And now it knows about that information. So like now if I ask a question like, how do I access Airtable? It will actually tell me specifically how to access the exact Airtable and puts the exact invite link that we give to our team. And now I can say, do you have interview calls I can watch? And because the AI is connected to interview calls, it knows about it. And it's like, hey, yeah, sure. You can watch the interview call right here, and it actually sends the link as well. Can you hyperlink it? Mark down. And so now it can actually hyperlink it for you. So there we go, right? And I can actually click this, and it will take me to the actual page. I've took that page down for privacy reasons because it's an actual factual call on our team. But like this is the actual link to that call, right? Like Fathom is a software you can use to record calls. So like this is how this works. And there's crazy amount of use cases. So if you want to add in your knowledge on all your code base, you could visually add that in here. If you want to add in your knowledge of how to write a document, everything about your company's website, you could actually put that on here. So like, for example, if I want to go to Get Poppy, this product right here, and I want to take all the information that's on this page, I can actually even copy the website, and I can go to this website note, I can paste it in here like this, and I can hit go. Okay, and now I can open up another AI chat, and I can just connect to it. And as soon as this is done, I can just go, what does that page talk about? And now I'm going to sit here and wait for it to tell me. And it's like, it talks about Poppy AI, AI-powered tool designed for content creators, marketers, and copywriters. And then researchers can use it, developers can use it, and then it just goes through and walks through its features and functionalities, its benefits, its use cases, money-back guarantees, testimonials, and everything in between, right? So all of that is here. And now I can build a really big knowledge base if I start connecting, you know, other things to it too, just like I showed you earlier. But it's like if I connect this to it too now, right? Now it knows about the website and the YouTube video. And so now I can be like, write copy with some developer focus using the YouTube video I've given you, but focused on selling Poppy AI. So now it knows about this and it knows about the video, and it's going to use both of them to actually write the copy for me. Right? So it's like, why Poppy AI is the Python of AI tools? Because simplicity, right? Because I talk about simplicity here. Power, it talks about power in my script. Versatility, I talk about versatility in my script. And then it goes over like specific code things that Poppy can actually help you do. digest hours of coding tutorials in minutes. This is true. Ask Poppy AI to explain complex algorithms or best practices from top developers. Let Poppy AI break it down for you. Generate clear, concise documentation for your projects. So like, this is just so freaking cool. And we're just so passionate about this project and this software that we've built. And I really think you're going to love it. So I'm going to put the link to it. And for you, just for you guys watching this, I'll put a promo code that you can actually apply. At checkout, it'll save you $25. But I think like when I visualize when ChatGPT says canvas, this is what I see. And so this is what we actually have gone and built. And I think for me and we have hundreds of customers at this point. And for a lot of them, I feel like it's a better experience than ChatGPT's canvas. So if you're excited, go ahead, try this tool. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.